Okay, so I wanted to do this video for a while. I think now is the time. So just imagine that you're traveling through South America and everything goes well. You're having the best time of your life. You manage to visit some of the most beautiful places that you imagine. And then you end up in a city and you get robbed of all your most valuable possessions like laptop, cameras, jacket. That's what happened to me, and I want in this video to share my story, what I did right after, and a couple of tips for you guys in case you go to South America to stay safe and learn from my experience. So let's get into it. So to give some context, I just got to Chile a week before and I was about to fly to Santiago to spend a couple of days there and then to catch my flight to Galapagos. And that morning, I remember that I had an early flight and I got to Santiago. I was tired, I was hungry, and I didn't know how to get to the center. And this was one of the first mistakes that I did, that I haven't researched exactly the transport and how to get to my hostel and everything. I just got to the airport and I asked for a bus. I got into the local bus and I went straight to the center. In the center, I just felt really hungry. It was about 12 o'clock and it was too early for check-in. And I was thinking I could go have some food really fast, get a coffee and go to do my check-in. I picked a Burger King. I don't usually eat fast food, but this time I just felt this craving and I was, okay, I'm just gonna go and have a burger really fast and that would be it. While getting inside, I found a table and it was only me at that table. And while I was sitting like this and eating, somebody came right next to me on the left and he started asking me some questions, but I saw that he was acting a bit weird. He was a bit nervous and I felt a bit of discomfort and I was just trying to avoid him and like try to tell him, yeah, take the chair. He was moving the chair. I thought he was asking for the chair. And I was just not aware of what he wants, but actually what he wanted, it was just to distract my attention while his other friend was taking the backpack that was just near me on the other chair, right beside me. And that was the backpack with all my personal belongings, all my cards, laptop, electronics, everything gone in a second. I barely had time to react because it happened so fast. The guy just talked to me for like 5 to 10 seconds and then when he left I turned around and I could see like right here that my backpack was not there, and then I started panicking and I instantly ran after him. I grabbed him and I told him, where's my backpack? But he said like, no, I don't know, or something like that. And people on the street saw that I was panicked and they pointed me out, oh, it's the guy is this way. And I tried running after him, but yeah, it was just that after 2 blocks, he just disappeared. And now in hindsight, I'm thinking that what could have I done? Because like if he had a knife or a gun, it could have been way worse. So this was the story. It was unbelievable for me. It was just like a nightmare. I think I had my first ever panic attack because I was just there on the street and I could not comprehend what is happening. I was thinking, wow, is this really real? Is this a dream? How can this happen just so fast? And luckily, when I went back to pick up my other backpack, somebody was guarding it and I was so panicked. I even started crying. And there was some people that were trying to calm me down and they told me to block my cards, which was the best idea that I could do because half an hour after they were trying to withdraw money from my account, not withdraw, buy some things with my cards. but I managed to block everything. So this was the horror that I went through. And now what follows was even tougher, because I had a couple of very difficult days involving the police, insurance, reliving all the bad stuff, bad memories that this event gave me. I think I had a bit of a trauma after this, so it was very difficult what happened next. So luckily, I did have a friend that I met while traveling that lived in Santiago, and I called him, and he was very nice to come and meet me and help me out. He brought me a charger, because all my chargers, my electronics, luckily I had my phone, my passport and my cash with me, because I was just coming from the airport, but everything else was gone. So he brought me a charger, and we went to the police, where it was actually not that useful. They just gave me a paper that I could use for my insurance, and that was it, because it happens so much in Santiago that they cannot even allocate the resources to find the ones who did it. Although in the restaurant there were cameras and there were a lot of people, nobody's gonna allocate the resources to try and catch them. So I had to get used to the fact that I'm never gonna see my things, and the hardest thing was not the money. I don't really care about like those possessions. I can buy some new ones, but it was just some of my work that I haven't backed up. It's lost forever. So that was the hardest thing for me to deal with, and also with the guilt that came after, that I could have done more, I could have done better to prevent this. So I blame myself a lot for this, and it's like still work in progress. I think now I feel better after 2 months. It's been 2 months since the event happened, so I feel a bit better talking about it, and I kind of went past it, but it was a very difficult period for me. And that's what basically happened. Then I tried to talk with the police, couldn't solve anything. I sent the documents for my insurance. It's not going to cover everything, but at least I'm going to get part of my money back. So that's that. And now maybe I can talk about some things that I learned and some tips on how to stay safe in South America and when traveling, especially by yourself. So first of all, I would like to start with something that is very generic that you could apply in many of your trips. Always back up your personal things, like your photos, your projects, if you travel with your work laptop, or documents. Have them backed up, have them in the cloud. I had most of my stuff backed up, but as I said, some of the videos that I was doing recently, I haven't. And that would be a very important thing that I'm gonna do from now on. Secondly, get an insurance. If you travel with some expensive gear like cameras or laptop, get a proper insurance that is gonna reimburse you for everything that you lost. For me, the biggest hit was my MacBook Pro, which cost a couple of thousands. So yeah, it would have helped if I could have got the whole money back from the insurance. Whenever you go to another place, try to read online before, or write on some Facebook groups or wherever on how's the safety situation there, and how safe is for you to take public transport if you go for that, or if not, take an Uber or a taxi. But try to prepare as much as possible beforehand for for the place that you're gonna go to. Next, try to not have flashy things, do not attract attention when you go to a place. And next, Something very important that kind of saved my trip was having my valuables divided, meaning that I had my phone, my passport, and then my money with me. Imagine if they would have taken my money and my passport and my phone. I can't even think about it. It would have been a disaster. So the fact that I split my cards and I had the really most important things with me, that really helped me in this case. Another thing that I would recommend would be to try to be very cautious in crowded areas, and there's a lot of scams that people come to you on the street and they would spray something on you and try to help out while distracting your attention. Somebody would steal your stuff or so. So be careful to this kind of scams when you're in public spaces with a lot of people. Try to be aware whenever you're talking with strangers, because you don't know if they want something from you, if they are genuine or if they are just trying to scam you. And for myself, this is some of the major things that I learned now while traveling through South America, and I will advise everyone to not be paranoid, but especially in big cities, in major cities from South America and maybe from the world, be aware of your surroundings. I haven't had any issue when I was in villages, in traveling most places through South America. It was all fine, but usually in the big cities, Rio, Bogota, Quito, Santiago, there's a lot of people. Always when there's many people in a city, they are not looking to do good things. So you should be careful in those circumstances. And to finish the video, I would just say that whatever you go through, try to pick yourself up, continue the trip if it's possible. If not, let it go. It's not worth your mental health and your physical health and your life, to protect your stuff so much. If you get robbed, it's better than getting shot or stabbed. So if you went through something like this, seek help. The authorities, try to talk with your friends, with your family. Take care of your mental health and physical health, because that's the most important that you can do. So hopefully this video would help some people that went through this, or will help it prevent for others. So hopefully you like it, and maybe I'll start making more videos about experiences and things that you can do while traveling, or things that I learned from my trip. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.